let's start at the beginning with the concept of this record. So Richey's been gone almost 15 years now, yet almost miraculously, these lyrics materialize, and an album's been created around him. How did this come to be?
I think it was James more than anyone really who was the guiding force. I mean, I had the original booklet kind of just been sat in my cupboard in my bedroom for all that time. James and Sean had fax copies of it, and I just think he started looking in and getting inspired, really. I don't know, it's taken a long time. It's not something that has been high on our agenda. I don't know why. Perhaps we just couldn't face it.
He's on record of, when he went missing, we made it clear that one of the only things that we knew was that he left us 3 booklets of lyrics, all pretty much identical. So he was on record from day one that we had these lyrics. I just sort of, over the years, you'd get them out and you'd look at them, and sometimes they would seem kind of scary to read. Sometimes they would just seem improbable as well. And it took a long time to actually one day, I think around about 2007 or late 2006, when I just opened them and I started getting ideas, and I connected to them. Admittedly, I hadn't connected to the lyrics, for a long time, to those lyrics that he'd left us. I couldn't see that they would be songs. Then one day I did open them and I just started getting ideas. And so back, that in conjunction with the fact that I think we had a growing sense of responsibility that one day we should do something with the lyrics, because he left Nick the main booklet which has lots of art in it and lots of collage, and the actual lyrics themselves, most of them are written in lyric form. So I think we also had a burgeoning sense of responsibility that he left them to us. We should do something with them one day, but we just had to wait until we actually felt as if we could do that.
The Richey story is actually resonates with me because I have a brother-in-law that one day locked his condo, took a suitcase, went to the bus station, and that was 15 years ago. And he just completely disappeared, and we've never found him. So I understand how disturbing and frightening and confusing and bewildering and angering this whole thing can
I think it's a lot more common than people realise as well. I know in the UK you see programmes on it, and sometimes they've only moved 5 miles away, but they still haven't been found for 20, 30 years. So not to say Richey will be found, and we don't know, we've just found a middle way to deal with things. We don't pretend he's alive, we don't pretend he's dead, we just kind of exist in the middle.
Here's all these lyrics, and you're writing music around words written by a guy who is no longer there. Usually when a band gets together and writes songs, everybody's in the room. It's a collaborative affair. How different was the songwriting process having to deal with these static lyrics left by a guy 15 years ago?
Wasn't really that much different, because we're not like that collaborative thing you've talked about. Has never been a part of us as a band. I mean, if you say something like the Holy Bible, which Richey wrote most of the words for, it's still basically James on a guitar writing the music to that and editing the lyrics. So it's kind of the same process that it's always been with us.
We always write the songs pretty much outside of the studio, then we come to the studio to see if they work. We're not really a jamming band, so to speak.
Awful at jamming. Terrible.
But it's kind of, I think that's why, we made certain decisions on the record. There were certain decisions we could make with this record, which we kind of perhaps 90% knew that Richey would concur with, would agree with, or would inspire him. We knew that he liked Steve Albini as a producer or as an engineer, because he talked about he liked the Pixies, and the idea of Steve Albini working with us came up before Richey actually disappeared. So we knew that Richey would like that idea. So Steve Albini, engineer, produced the record. Jenny Saville, along with Nick, was one of his favourite artists, and so Jenny Saville provided the artwork for the record. And we knew that when we were reading these lyrics, we knew that this was a person, when he was writing these lyrics, that he just didn't give a flying fuck about having a hit single anymore. This was a person that didn't care about that aspect of being in a band. So the other decision we made was that not to try and write any singles whatsoever. Just to try and make it. So even though Richey was, never present in the room as a person or as a judge of the work itself, we knew we could make certain decisions that would perhaps have empathy with his.
When you write lines like the situation is sisterhood of Jackie and Joan, I mean, that's not exactly hit single,
No, it's not.
No, and I kind of said at the start that he wasn't really writing for hit singles. He was more interested in a Pulitzer Prize, really. I think around this time, I know he never said that, but he was trying. He took the art of lyric writing, and he took it really seriously. He thought it was an art form, and thanks, Hank. I think you can. I can't write lyrics like him.
Well, no, I mean, you go through it. I mean, there's he's talking about, I don't even know what neophobia is.
It's just phobia of the new.
I don't even know if it's a word. I don't know if he's made up the word.
Marlon Brando. He's writing about Stephen Hawking. It's amazing how popular Stephen Hawking is in rock culture. I mean, there's the Mastodon CD, this guy that talks about him. Hawking himself is apparently a giant Depeche Mode fan.
Right.
And,
that makes sense. What's the name?
and now he crops up on this record.
I think Radiohead, OK Computer, that kind of voice, sort of. But I think, and that's the great thing about Richey, is that all this album is kind of pre-digital. It was all done. He never had a mobile phone or a computer. Everything. These lyrics are utterly through kind of learning and knowledge, and I think he was probably the first to go the Stephen Hawking route. I know Radiohead came after anyway. So
you do have to put that into context. That these lyrics were written pre-February 1995.
Yeah.
So that's before everybody had mobile phones, before everybody had internet connections, before anybody had desktop computers and laptops everywhere.
Exactly.
So that's interesting.
Well, he wouldn't research something through going on Wikipedia. He'd research something by reading 4 books about it. Which is just a massive difference.
Yeah, a tremendous difference.
I mean, I remember Sean, our drummer, was like one of the first people, because he's a technological pioneer. He was one of the first people to have a mobile phone in the UK, and it was about that big. And even then, so it just feels weird to think back to those times that we were still going into telephone boxes to phone each other and stuff. It does seem really, really odd. But to think of him there with his typewriter, I think that's why the Steve Albini thing worked, because that's all pre-digital as well. You record into analog tape, you're playing live. So there was an aesthetic to the album, which is old school, if you know.
The Steve Albini experience is fascinating, because he just basically sets up and records and engineers without any sort of traditional producer influence, and you can tell the different sessions. Listen to the drums. I mean, and on some songs you got the big ringy snare, and other songs it's a nice tight sort of produced thing. So how did he takes the flat fee? He doesn't take the percentage of the sales or anything like that. How is he to work with?
It's kind of it's interesting, because usually 50% of the time, at the very least, a producer will come to rehearsal, he'll listen to a song or listen to a demo, and he'll say, I really like it, but I want to change this and I want to change that, and I want to change the actual sonics of the band for this song and that song. But Steve's MO is, you'll set up in the studio, you'll play the song, you'll kind of stand in the middle of you playing the song for a minute or so, and he'll go, okay, that's what you sound like. I'll try my best to try and make you sound as you sound. That's it, basically. Oh, the most gratuitous he'll ever get in terms of an idea is, perhaps I'll just put the drums in a different room because perhaps they could be a bit bigger than this. And then he goes, is that okay? Because he doesn't like f***ing with it. He just doesn't like.
At one point we just said, we don't like to bring this up, Steve, but we would really like an in utero kind of drum sound on this one. I haven't got a f***ing button that says in utero. You're the band. It's like, I can't make you sound like that. He just gets the best sounds out of a live situation. If the band is prepared, you've got to be well rehearsed, I think, for it to work with Steve, because there's no safety nets there. You can't fix it in the mix, so to speak.
It wouldn't work without being well rehearsed.
No, and he isn't going to help you. He isn't going to bail you out.
No,
he's not.
You'll just go, that's how you sound. And that's kind of scary, really. It was one point that was quite sweet and funny, though. At one point, it was at the start of a song on the record called Doors Closing Slowly, where he walked into the studio with his overalls on. We just done a first take of the song.
Wait, he's wearing overalls?
Oh, yeah, every day he wears overalls with a big E on it, which stands for Electron Studios.
Electrical audio
Studios. So he's like a recording superhero. He has his own pencils branded with an E and all track sheets branded with an E. And as soon as he stepped, he never doesn't wear. There's not a day that goes by where he doesn't wear the overalls. He brings 3 pairs with him. But anyway, he walked in with his hands in his pockets. He's like, I feel really awkward about this. And, I can't say it.
I can't do it.
I can't say this. And we're like, go on, just say it. And he was just like, just the first 8 bars of the song, if he just flipped the beat, he might set the rest of the song up. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this. No, please not. I never do this. I never produce. I never come up with ideas. And we were like, no, we'll try it, kind of thing. And, it worked. And then he kind of took the piss out of me. He's
That's
like,
very
"You're a genius, you're pop rock." And he was like, "F*** you."
The album does have a in some places anyway. It really does have a Holy Bible kind of feel. I mean, there is that ruggedness and that rawness in the guitars. And was that? I guess obviously that was your decision, not Steve's suggestion.
No, I mean, we sent to Steve all the demos, but he patently hadn't listened to them, in all honesty, which I kind of found refreshing. I think it's the natural kind of successor to the Holy Bible. We didn't want to recreate it. We wanted, to get the energy. But I think writing music to the words of a 27-year-old did actually infuse us with a certain energy that is quite hard to get,
And that's another thing you got to consider. Not only were the lyrics written pre-internet, pre-mobile phone era, but they were written by a 27-year-old guy.
And I think something like Stephen Hawking and Jackie Collins, there's an effervescence to us playing that probably doesn't come when I write lyrics. We're a different kind of rock band. I think Richey pushes us into kind of angular, post-punk, speed kind of soundscapes that just don't exist when I write lyrics. And I'm quite happy about that. I bow down to his. He probably couldn't write a song as popular as Tolerate or Design for Life just by the nature of his syntax.
The album came out in the UK in May. We're only going to get it on October the 6th.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realise that.
Oh, so this is in the pre-internet area. That wouldn't have made a big deal. We would have just gone out and bought the import, and a few people would have had the record ahead, and they would have made some cassettes or something for everybody else. But the album's been out since May, and we're only going to get it in October. That's a bit annoying.
To say the f***ing least. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, it's been out in the US for a few weeks, I think. So I'm not happy with that, because Canada's always been pretty good for us, in all honesty. And in fact, Canada was the only place in the world where the remixed Holy Bible was released.
Let's talk about remixes. Okay, so we have the 10 remixes that are available for the songs on this record.
Yeah.
I got my CD. Inside there's a card.
Don't tell me it doesn't work.
It says in small print at the bottom, these songs are only available inside the territory of the United States. So you go to the website, and I got my code, and I want these remixes, and it says, sorry, it seems that you are from outside the United States. We can't give you these remixes. And this is the CD that's being distributed in Canada.
It's just really depressing. I shall try and sort it out. A fan outside mentioned the same thing. I was just chatting to him then, and my heart sunk straight away, because I know what it's like to be the country, next to the big brother, if you know what I mean. Being in Wales, it's the same kind of thing on a different scale.
We, in Canada, for example, we will want to buy something through Amazon US, and because it's not available here in Canada. And what happens is a message will pop up saying, sorry, we can't ship to Canada. Sorry, we can't give this to Canada. Sorry, we can't give this because you're outside the United States. It is. It's really bizarre, and it's just unfortunate, because I really want to hear these remixes. I want to hear the stories behind
just go onto the US site and the UK site and get them that way.
Maybe. I don't know. I never tried it that way.
I suppose, it might cost you more. I'll try and sort it out.
Okay. Are we really?
They are really interesting and worthwhile. The remixes, they are really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like the Underworld roll mix of Peeled Apples just sounds like start of a modern classic gangster film. So it actually sounds great. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, maybe you guys can work out the download situation, and we here in Canada can get to hear them.
I shall have a word. We'll have a word. The kind of head of the US company is the guy who signed us in the UK, and he's now head of US, so we've seen him in New York.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Good luck with this tour. It's really cool that you have people waiting out in the rain here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for a set that's not going to start until 9:15 tonight. Yeah. And these people, the first thing I hear is them talking to some other kids who show up later, comparing notes on Chicago.
Oh, Chicago was good.
Yeah.
No,
that's what they said.
Yeah, no, it was really... We've never done a bad gig in Chicago. Played there 3 times. Very good ratio, right?
I think we'd probably play Toronto more. I think that maybe this is our 4th time.
Might be 4th? I thought it would be more than that.
No, it might be more. We've always done good gigs.
GT, it would have been...
Definitely did it on Everything Must Go, and This Is My Truth.
Yes.
I think it's the 4th.
Okay, maybe it is then.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
But it's a sellout tonight, and that's considering we haven't been here for such a long time, we're happy with that.
It's absolutely no surprise to me. Absolutely none.
Well, we just thought a lot of the audience would be like, oh, we can't get a babysitter and stuff like that.
Well, thanks a lot, and it's a great record. I was really surprised when I heard the story. I actually bought my copy when I was in the UK this summer because I was so annoyed that it wasn't available here yet. And so
I think we're selling them on the door tonight, so we might be breaking an embargo. It's out tomorrow. Hey.
Listen, hey, those 20 copies is held tonight. I guess in the top 300.
Well, good luck with the rest of the tour, and good luck with the record.
Thank you very much.
Please meet again.
Thanks, guys.